Hello netizens and hello everyone! Welcome to our spotlight episode titled The Pinoy Drinker. First, my name is Aaron Lloyd Apeles.
Sacha Pavino.
I am Sandra Mae Espedido.
I'm Rachelle Veluz.
I am Geinescelle Glindro.
My name is Val Mornaol.
I am Santiago Diamante III.
And we are your host for today. And now let me introduce to you our guest speaker, Mr. Angelo S. Salvoro. He is instructor of bartending, barista, and food and beverage service at Team Skills School for Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management. Assessor for barista and food and beverage services. Speaker of various events, seminars, webinars in relation to bartending and barista. Coach the 2019 and 2021 VisMin World Skills Competition for Restaurant Service. He is also a Test the Idol Regional winner and the representative for National Competition 2019. Test the Regional Ambassador 2020, owner of Mystic Flavors Mobile Bar, co-owner of newly established pop-up coffee shop Cafe Mystica, co-owner of Third Wave Coffee Shop Socials Cafe, and of course a YouTube content creator which he is known as the Pinoy Drinker. Now let's welcome Mr. Angelo S. Salvoro and give him a virtual applause.
Okay na?
Yes, sir. Okay na okay po.
Hello sir, good morning po. We are the Hospitality Management student from Southern State University, Lucban, Quezon. And thank you for accepting our invitation and welcome to our show. So how are you today, sir?
Very fine, very fine. By the way, I also give my, compliments and of course, guys, to everyone who edited my photos there. Yeah, very good, very good. So by the way, my name is Angelo Salvoro. I'm from Cafe Mystica, Mystic Flavors, and of course, Social Cafe. Before anything else, I just want to give my thanks to everyone who've been part of this event or webinar. Most especially to the one who invited me. So by the way, can you hear any rainy sounds? By the way, guys, okay lang ba?
Okay lang naman po.
Okay lang naman. Okay. So yes, especially to the one also who invited me for this webinar, Miss Glindro, of course, and the faculty and staff and students of Southern Luzon State University, also to the team for you guys, that made this talk possible, and also to our guests, my guests, our viewers out there. I hope you'll get a lot of insights with my talk today, and I guess let's get started, no?
Sure, sir. Can we start our interview or would you like to show us some bartending skills?
Wala akong naihanda ngayon na mga bote, so...
Sige, okay lang. Okay lang naman po, sir. So, now let's move on to our first question. Number 1, can you tell us on how would you come up with the name The Pinoy Drinker?
All right. So, right off the bat, no? So, well, it's quite funny how I came up with the name The Pinoy Drinker. Actually, I generated a lot of names before. The one like the Angelo Salvoro TV, Angelo Salvoro Vlogs, and then it became Angelo Salvoro Talks, where it's just no-brainer doing vlogs, talking in front of the camera. But then again, it turned out to be it became so frustrating for me on what I have to name myself, because though for the record, here in our place, people are not really calling me The Pinoy Drinker. Okay, hence they just call me Jello or Angelo or the typical Bisaya like boss or master, yung ganun ba? So, anyways, it all started when I became a little content creator. It's just that I've been seeing a lot of people putting out screen names to label themselves reflecting to what they really do or passionate about. Thus, I created my first ever YouTube channel. Before it was Angelo Salvoro TV, where I upload vlogs, drink, flare videos, etc. And then as time goes by, where going out with content hits me. Thus, as time goes by, where going out, I've been uploading not so passionate videos. So that's why, if you're going to go back to my previous uploads on my YouTube channel or my earlier milestones, you'll see a bunch of videos that are really not into things that I've been very, passionate about. So that's why I paused on uploading videos for some time. So because people were getting frustrated already on what niche, okay, what focus do I belong, okay? So that's why it actually affected my workflow. So weeks later, after that breakdown, I would say I actually did some housekeeping with my channel, for my channel, of course. Should I create a new name for myself? Yes, and that's why the Pinoy Drinker was born. Okay, where I actually focus more now with short 1 minute videos without affecting the quality and essence of the video, and also avoiding burning out. Okay, so as you can see, if you're going to check also my Facebook profile, you'll see for now, since pandemic really hits, so that's why I focus more on coffee rather than cocktails. Yeah, coffee. And then I also have an Instagram and Facebook account, so you can follow me there, of course. And then you're going to see
Cheers,
more of
sir.
it. Cheers. Yeah, yeah. All right.
So, yun sir, akala ko naman po, kaya Pinoy Drinker, kasi marami na kayong nakainuman at tumbang mga inom dito. Tinas. Pero yun sir, I really watch some of your videos naman po, like yung sa Kapinistika po, yung pinopromote nyo po sa yung promotional video. Tsaka po yung kung paano maging productive ngayong pandemic. Yun sir, sobrang ang ganda po ng mga contents nyo at parang marami pa nga po aming abang. So yun sir, our next question will be given by Miss Kayle, Sacha, Pavino.
Good morning, sir. Again, I'm Kayle Sacha Pavino. And here is the question. So, sir, when did you discover that you're interested in bartending?
All right. Actually, it was very common already that everyone, before I'm having my webinars, my talks, it's already a common question, that one, when they're going to ask me how I actually started getting interested in bartending. So I was in college when I first witnessed the joy of bartending. Okay, it just fascinated me to learn that the kind of skill, or for some of may of course call it a talent. So before, some of my classmates, batchmates, and my seniors been flipping bottles at that time because we have a park just across the school, Geinescelle State University, and people are practicing a lot of those, and it gave me a curiosity on what they were doing. So that's why I gave it a shot. So at that time, also on my college days, there's an organization which is called Geinescelle Flair Bartenders, which is we are focused more on practicing flair tending, but basically speaking, or essentially speaking, when it comes to bartending, it really is on making cocktails, and then making cocktails and making your guests happy. All right. So let's say if they're going to get inside the bar, then you should be doing things as a bartender to if they're going to go home, you make them happy, of course. So and then what interests me more, so that would be about the college days. No, so college days. All right.
In college day, do you join any competition during that time?
Yes. Okay. So college days. Okay. Let's go back to the college days. So the organization has been born, the Geinescelle Flair Bartenders. So again, it was focused more on the flair tending aspect. So at that time also, there's also an organization just beside our province. All right. So that was in Bacolod. My first competition actually was in school. That was just Founders Day or college days. Let's say some intramurals or etc. So the first one is in school, but the one competition that really changed me or developed me was the competition in Bacolod, I would say, because that was very mind blowing for me. It was like different kind of people, or like different personalities that you're going to compete of, and then right off the bat, they were very good in doing that flirt tending skill, and then it was very messy, it was very bloody in that competition. So again, if you're going to ask me, did I won on those previous competitions? No, actually, no, because there were competitions that I won actually, but those early days that I've been competing was very, it was very, it's very good. I developed really myself when it comes to the flirt tending aspect. But later on, I've been joining bigger competitions. The one that is quite bigger for me was in Cebu, I would say, where I joined that competition where there is some Vietnamese folks, Chinese, Korean, Thai, and from different countries. It was called Bar Chef 7, which is Asia Meets the World. So if you're going to ask me again, did I won? No. So I was placed actually we are two that actually joined that certain competition. So I finished 12 and my friend finished 13, and there are 13 competitors. All right. So, but anyway, that was a very a very good experience, a learning stepping stone for us. And then yeah, for the competition area, I would say That was the biggest one from Cebu, and then the first one is in school, and my mind-blowing competition was in Bacolod, I would say. So that was it. That's it. All right.
What are the best things you learned in college that you apply in your career right now?
Yes, yes, yes. So those days when I was still in college, uh, I was given the privilege to do, bartending works. Um, Aside from studying, I was also a bartender for some events, I would say. No, because I do have friends that have like a bar business or a mobile bar business where they invited me to join their team to be one of their bartenders during events. So um, on the first years that I've been in our school, and then there's Adult State University, and then there's at the first semester there's of course bartending. Um, it really helped me on building my stepping stones on getting in getting the right skill set, in getting the right skill set with what I have now. Okay, so that's why Mystic Flavors was born, because I'm really passionate about with bartending, I would say. That's it. Thank you for the question.
Thank you po, sir. For our next question, Miss Sandra Espedido.
Okay. Hello, Miss Sandra. Good morning.
Good morning po. I am Sandra Mae Espedido. I will proceed na po to my first question. So my question po is, what is your first job?
All right, my very, very first job. Okay. I was, let's say, okay, for the record, like the first ever job where I actually bagged the money in my hands. Okay. I was a food and beverage attendant. I was a waiter. I was not yet a bartender at that time with my first job. I wasn't a barista, not even a barista, but a food and beverage attendant. But by the way, so let me justify that. So I was a food and beverage attendant, and also in the banquet, somewhat a banquet or like a function or catering service. Okay, so that was my first job. I was a food and beverage attendant, and then again, just like Rolling Stones, no, that job that really got my attention when it comes to bartending and barista more is when there are guests that are really happy, bringing their glasses with drinks in there and then getting drunk and paying me tips. So there are tips, there are money, there is money in this kind of industry, I would say. The hospitality industry really is have money. It's just that you should know how to play the game, I would say. Okay? All right. So next question, I would say.
Thank you, sir. And for my next question po is, what did you feel when you experienced your first job?
Okay, again, so what did I do? Okay. So again, I was food and beverage attendant at that time. So okay, let me give you my experience, Jude. Like down to the rabbit hole of my experience being a food and beverage attendant, and with a minimum wage of 250 at that time. Because again, okay, 250 at that time because it's like different there in Luzon, I would say. No, but I think iba yung rate nyo kaysa dito sa amin. So our minimum rate at that time, let's say around year 2014, 2014, 2015, it was 250 pesos in every event. And it's very tiring, I would say. It's very, I would say it's very exhausting because you'll have to set the tables, chairs, and then prepare all the food and the menu in the buffet. And then you have to do some rush things. You're always running, being in uniform, keeping your smile while in uniform. And there are irritating guests. There's a lot of irritating guests in there. But then again, there are also good guests. Whenever you're going to take good care of them, like very highly, they're going to give you tips and all and appreciation. And so again, I'll go back to what I said before. There's money in the hospitality industry. So, but then again, with those experiences that I actually accumulated, so then with my friends within the industry, and then they faced me with with the bartending stuff, with the bartending stuff, with the coffee stuff. That is why I just accumulated all of those learnings, and then there is now Mystic Flavors Mobile Bar. There is now Cafe Mystica. There is now Socials Cafe. So I'm just glad that I actually experienced all of that. The hardships, the blood, the sweat. Gosh, I still could remember those, those days that I always get irritated with, you know. So anyway, so that was my experience. I'm just very thankful that I actually came with those experiences. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir, for your answers. That was a good experience po. And for the next questions po will be given by Miss Rachelle Veluz.
So how about your most challenging experience that you encounter being a bartender and barista?
Let's talk first with bartending, with being a bartender. So guests that have no control with their drunkenness, I would say. And then there is that one event. Okay, there's one event that ambulances came by to escort guests that are very drunk, right? So of course, paramedics would actually, ask questions who actually serve them alcoholic drinks, and then they really get wasted. Furthermore, going to an ambulance, like, sheesh. So what is really happening there? So actually gave them, like cocktails are very harsh for them, and not really good for their health. So the most challenging one, and also being guests that are very irritable when it comes to when they are getting wasted. So they tend to be aggressive with their behavior, So it get, as a bartender, you really need to take, control of your emotion, and not also getting them hurt, and also not being shameful to them. And in the barista world, so let's talk about coffee. There are also guests that are, let's say there are guests that wants to have their latte. That was very funny and funny and problematic event that I that I experienced when guest orders a very hot latte. Very, very hot latte. When it comes to very hot latte, you actually couldn't serve a very hot latte because the milk will get scalded. It would turn sour. But then again, you just don't want to kill your business. That's why you still have to give them what they want if you don't want to get your business killed. Okay. So that's why. So coffee is coffee. There's joy in coffee. There's mood in coffee. There's no really problem with coffee. It's just that the other guests that they just want to have their coffee very sweet. It just gives us that tingle sensation when when guests really wants to have their coffee very, very sweet. Like there's no coffee at all. So it's coffee. It's just like giving respect to the coffee itself, So yeah, those were my experiences when it comes to being a barista. Okay?
Sir, excuse me po. Ako din po,
Yes.
may ganun din po akong experience nung ako po. Parang po, first time ko po bang mag-coffee po ba? Ako po nag-order po ako ng caramel macchiato dito po sa isa sa coffee shop namin. Parang hindi ko po kaya na yung parang tapang para po rin akong nalasing.
Okay lang yan. Actually, you can, one of the common na mga orders, also from me, is caramel macchiato. Okay, caramel macchiato. But then
Yes,
again, it would depend on the barista itself and the coffee itself on what they're actually serving. Okay, because when it comes to barista, there's science in there. Bartending, there's science in there. So you need to understand, the ingredients that goes into your drink, I would say. So you, Mr. Aaron, no? Mr. Aaron. So I guess you're a sweet tooth.
Yes po.
No?
Yes, ako nga po.
Alright, so maybe if hindi mo kaya yung lasa ng kape, I would say, or it's just strong for you. ano ba yung shop nan? Starbucks ba yan? Or more on like
Newly opened lang po dito sa amin, sir.
Newly opened. So next time I would say kung you're going with caramel macchiato.
Okay po.
Siguro mag-try ka na just sugar lang. I would say.
Okay.
Try mo mag-sugar lang muna.
Sige.
Sir, so for the next
Okay.
question is from Miss Geinescelle Glindro.
Okay. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir. I know that you already know me, but then let me introduce myself personally. I am Geinescelle Glindro, the one who invited you in this talk show. So, sir, you said po before that the Mystic Flavor Mobile Bar is born because of your interest in bartending. Now, can you tell us more about your mobile bar?
All right, so Mystic Flavors Mobile Bar is originally should be a mobile bar itself, So in a car or in a truck where we're serving drinks, but then again, we still don't have that much of a budget making a bar into a mobile one. So that's why we're doing an alternative where we're doing portable, portable. Okay, I would say portable mobile bar. Okay, so we serve drinks, cocktails, booze, beer, wine, getting everyone wasted, but not really going to the hard way of, because I've already experienced what really happened before. So chill and vibes and booze, during events, any occasions. Most especially, we tend to be, commonly called when it comes to their events like weddings, not really into conventions, but weddings, I would say. Birthdays. And then, you know, um, occasions that goes with something that is very fun and exciting. Okay. So, Mystic Flavors Mobile Bar also serve drinks that are signature cocktails, recipes that are made by me and then calibrated by me and served by me. Just also calls bartenders if I need help. So that is why there are also bartenders that really wants to collab with me so that they can also promote themselves and also promote my mobile bar.
So sir, medyo nakaka-relate ako on what you said. Kasi before na-experience ko din po dumuti sa mobile bar in Lucban, Quezon. If there's a debut or party. And first po is in the mobile bar ng Camarero de Bar, which is an organization din po ng school namin about bartending. So ayan, aside po from Mystic Flavors, we know that you are also the co-owner of Coffee Mystica and Social Coffee, which is the main product is coffee. Can I ask sir, when did you become interested in coffee?
Again, after my catering days, when I was a food and beverage attendant, and then I applied to one of the restaurants here in Negros, or here in Dumaguete specifically. So I was a bartender in there. So I was a bartender, I was a food and beverage attendant, and there's a coffee machine in there. Okay, there is a coffee machine. And again, so in conclusion, I was actually an all-rounder, I would say. I was a all-rounder in that certain restaurant. So whenever there are events and whenever someone calls our restaurant to have a catering management, so that's why I was also called, and I'll be doing the stuff like beverage controller. I control how the drinks work within a certain event, and then there's also coffee in there. So the smell of coffee really entices me, you know, and then it really gets me addicted in drinking coffee. At that time, when you're working already, whenever you're going to be in the industry, I would say if you're a coffee drinker before and then you'll get into industry, it's just mind blowing. It's just hits you different when it comes to drinking coffee whenever you're in the industry already. That feeling when you're going to sip a hot coffee when you're tired or exhausted, that 3-in-1, that coffee stick that you're going to drink. Sheesh. That feeling, it really gets me addicted to drink more coffee. So that's why at those days that I've been drinking coffee, so it really expanded my curiosity. So why not learn more about coffee? That's why I became a barista after that. So my barista journey really was not really fully into the industry. It was self-taught. It was self-learning. And then I've been talking to a lot of people, collaborating with them, learning with them. So there are also people more like industry experts when it comes to coffee here in our place. So that's why I just went to them, then learned from them, and then shortly after that, I became very interested with coffee. And then they also called me coffee expert, but not that very expert with coffee. It's just that I know the basics of the coffee science. Thus, right now, I became an instructor with bartending and barista, and and also with the FBS or food and beverage services. So it's just that when it comes to learning coffee, it's limitless. It's very limitless. Everything actually. When it comes to drinks, cocktails, mocktails, coffee, it's limitless. Okay. Alright.
Ayan, sobrang nakaka-inspired naman pong yung kung saan kayo nag-start sa sa coffee. And nakikita ko din po kasi sa about sa mga timeline niyo for making coffee, ganyan sa Facebook.
Yes.
So, nakikita ko na halos lahat ng niyo is about sa coffee. Yung ano pa kayo ng yes.
Alright.
So for the next question po, sir, I am curious po about this kasi since you have 3 businesses po, you're the co-owner of Coffee Mystica. Yan. So feeling ko po kasi medyo mahirap siyang maging So when and where did you encounter problems?
Okay. So right now I'm also working. Okay, I'm also an instructor at Team Skills School for Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management. And then I do have businesses like the Mystic Flavors, the Cafe Mystica, and Socials Cafe. Socials Cafe though is quite on a passive category, I would say, because apat kami na ano nun, apat kami na owner. So in that field or in that certain business, I was like a consultant for them. Okay, but still, I do have shares with them with the business, so that's why I'm also the owner of that cafe. So, okay, again, back to what I've been talking before. So I'm also working. I do have a business, Cafe Mystica. Though Cafe Mystica will only be open every Sunday lang naman. So when it comes to the problem, when it comes to having this kind of business, actually it's the management and people. Because as for me, I'm not really that kind of a very rich guy, or like I do have like really money in my pocket that much. So I have to do it like there's really hard work in there. There's really hard work, and you need to manage your schedules. I myself, I only the one that really buys all the stuffs, all the supplies, all the materials, everything that really build that kind of little empire that I have right now. It's hard work, I would say. It's hard work and management and people, relationships, I would say. And if you're going to ask me if there are problems when it comes to building my business, yes, there is a lot, I would say. There's also a time when I became problematic with my flow when it comes to my work, because it there's a time that it really gets me burned out, because it's because, okay, I'm going to talk about the burnout because there's 7 days in a week. So at that time, Monday to Friday, I'm working. Okay, I'm working. Saturday, I buy stuff. Sunday, I do the business, and then back to the routine again. Now, if you're going to ask me where's the time that I'm going to sleep well or rest well, no, there's no rest in this kind of life, and there is business, and you're also working. It's tiring. It is exhausting, but then again, you're going to do it the hard way, because I would say there may be people around, but it's just that you need to do it by yourself. Okay, you'll just have to take it your way. And then I earlier I became 25, so I also asked myself, na saan talaga ako how would I say this? Yung saan ba yung papunta yung journey ko since I'm 25 na, and there's that midlife or like teenage crisis, I would say. So yeah, so ganun, no? And madaming problems that you're going to encounter in this kind of business, I would say. So busy always pa rin. So also there's that conflicting times, because there is that one time na I have a mobile bartending services on Sunday, and there's that kapihan also. So yung katawan ko parang na divide into two. So at that time, good thing that I do have my OGTs with me. Okay, I'm also taking OGTs kasi, and then good thing they went very well. They did very well. I trained them very well, so that is why at that time I'm very also thankful for them that they handle my business quite well, no? Even though naging anong tawag noon? Basta na-divide ako into two nun. So diskarte lang talaga din. Diskarte and hard work, dedication, perseverance, I would say.
And yung help na din po ng mga taong nakapaligid sa atin.
Yes,
so, I am amazed po kasi, yes. Kasi nakikita ko po kasi yung sa mga post nyo about the Cafe Mystica is sobrang successful ng business nyo. Even ang dami nyo pong ginagawa, and yun nga po sinabi nyo, halos wala na po kayong time. But then, kung makikita mo po sa mga social media nyo, parang sobrang successful po ng business nyo and namamanage nyo ng maayos.
Like, when I saw posts of your Cafe Mystica, I always like, wow, bigatin talaga to si sir. So, ayan, for the next question, we have Val Mornaol.
Hi sir, my name is Val Mornaol. My question is, what is the impact of COVID-19 in your business?
The impact of COVID-19 in my business. Now, in my bartending business, it hits different than my coffee business. Okay? In my matumal yung sa bartending business ko ngayon, kasi nga yung restrictions sa alcohol, yung parties, walang parties dapat, yung mga ganun. So, at least naman ngayon meron akong coffee business. Pero hindi naman ganoon kalaki yung coffee business ko. It's quite a small one. Okay? It's a small one, pero I've managed it to do like a bigger one, I would say. It's like a small one pero malaki pala yung impact sa akin nun. If you're going to ask me what really COVID-19 did to me, it gave me strength or encouragement, and also para na-force yung utak ko to move. Yes, it forces me to do or like out of the box na I really need to do this because I need to survive this pandemic. I need to do a living even though there's a pandemic. That's why meron na yung Kape Mistika. Kasi if wala yung Kape Mistika, hindi ko alam kung asan ako ngayon, kasi if I'm just very dependent with my work being an instructor. Hindi kasi always yung may mga students din. Okay? Because yung school kasi namin is a private school, and also magkaka-student lang kami kung may ibibigay yung TESDA, or merong mga private students na mag-enroll sa amin, doon lang kami makakapag-earn ng malaki. And then so sa akin, good thing lang na naisipan kong mag-coffee business, kasi mas may kita dito kaysa yung nagka-career ako being an instructor. So on the bartending aspect, it hits different, matumal, pero sa coffee business, yung hype is very, very strong. Yung hype dito with coffee, it's very strong na parang everyone is getting cultured. There is rituals of coffee. There's tradition. Man, napaka-hype ng coffee dito sa amin ngayon. Not just here, I would say not just here in our place, but also across islands like Sikihor, dito sa Mindanao din apart. Ang grabe talagang hype ng coffee ngayon. So sa akin, good thing na meron tayong Facebook, meron tayong Instagram, meron tayong YouTube. Nakakapag-market tayo sa ating business even though there is pandemic. Okay? And also, I created a brand, I would say. So if you're going to search my Facebook profile, I created a brand, and also there's coffee, there's the Pinoy Drinker. Everyone is calling me Goys or Master or yung mga ganun ba. So I created and influenced them to the people or to my viewers or to my customers or my guests. So even though there is a pandemic, no worries, nakayanan naman, I would say.
And sir, last question. Sir, I noticed that you're gaining popularities in your YouTube channel. It have 1.72k subscribers. So now, what you are already recognized, what is your plan that you are look forward to as a content creator?
For now, actually made a lot of drafts on my YouTube channel. Madaming videos doon na pending. Hindi ko pa pinublish. Okay? So with that 1.7 na subscribers na monetize na din, I was quite happy. But then again, yung sa YouTube ko, for now hindi ako nakafocus doon. I'm focused more on the Facebook and Instagram kasi mas may engagement doon. I would say my engagement doon, thus creating traffic. Okay, there's audience, there is customers, because when there are viewers, there's traffic. When there's traffic, algorithm with Facebook and Instagram, Facebook and Instagram really hits, thus creating clients. There is conversion. When there is conversion, there are customers. When there is customers, there is profit, there is money, there is yung ganun talaga sa kamay mo yung pera. So yun. Yes, hindi ako nakafocus more on YouTube. Though kung babalik ako sa YouTube world, pwede naman. Kaso kung meron na yung workflow ko, meron na yung adrenaline when it comes to making videos, kasi mahirap din yun. Mahirap yung exhausting yung paggawa ng videos, kasi you'll have to prepare everything. Time consuming. You'll have to do storytelling. You'll have to do the editing, the lighting, the music. So ikaw lahat no? So hindi mo pa alam kung yung sasabog ba yung video mo or ganon. Hindi mo 'yun malalaman kung hindi ka pa nakapag-create ng brand mo. So for me, that was my experience when it comes to YouTube channel. So, thankfully, I'm already monetized. I'm already earning, but hindi pa ako nakapag-focus ngayon with YouTube. I'm more on the Instagram and Facebook kasi nandun yung friends ko So, mas may
So, ayun sir, speaking nga po ng Facebook and Instagram, so ngayon nga po yun nga po yung social media na parang naging way of marketing at promotion po ng mga iba't ibang businesses ngayon. Kasi yun nga po, marami pong engagement at saka marami din po tayo nakukuhang followers at nagpo-focus din po tayo sa mga aesthetics. Ang dami pong mga pictures na lumalabas, mga pictures ng mga kumakain, pictures ng mga pagkain ng mga establishments nila. So yun lang po sir, yun para pong naging promotion nga po at marketing strategy na rin po ang Facebook at Instagram.
Yes. To second your insights when it comes to the with the Instagram and Facebook thing, may secret doon, okay? May secret doon actually. Yung post sa Instagram kasi, so let's say yung system ng Facebook, 'di ba Meta na ngayon? Meta na siya. So it's like Meta company na siya. So sa Meta, meron yung Facebook, meron yung Instagram, yung WhatsApp, and etc. Ang nakakaganda lang ng Instagram kasi is just whenever you're going to post something on Instagram, you can connect it to Facebook.
In Twitter din po, sir.
In Twitter, na hindi siya nakakapagod. Thus, yung aesthetic din is, nakikip yung quality.
Ako pag via Instagram po minsan.
Via Instagram. Now, meron din mga secrets doon kung bakit nasisira yung photos doon sa Facebook. Let's say, you're uploading photos or videos via Instagram, connect it with Facebook. Tapos, parang nako-confuse ka kung bakit nasisira yung photos or videos mo. Actually, nasa editing yan, and also the resolution itself ng photo or video mo. So if you're going to check my my Instagram and also my Facebook, like nearly lang na merong maliit na difference lang with the quality, but then again meron pa din yung impact, no? So yun, hindi siya tiring kung you're going to connect your Facebook with Instagram at mabilis yung engagement. Yun. Alright guys, by the way, again, it's Angelo SALVORO from Cafe Mystica, Social Cafe, and also Mystic Flavors. By the way, also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is the PINOY DRINKER, where you're going to learn a lot when it comes to drinks, cocktails, mocktails, and coffee. There's coffee, there's cheers in there. There is fun and joy in making cocktails and drinking them, I would say. Alright, so again guys, also Instagram, the PINOY DRINKER, also Cafe Mystica, Mystic Flavors, and also my photography hobbies, which is Pitik Matang Larawan, and then may check them out. Twitter, the PINOY DRINKER. Alright, coffee cheers everyone.
So yun sir, thank you po. Last question na po pala yun, and now let's move on to the awarding of certificate, and here is Santiago Diamante III.
Good morning po, sir. Alright.
Hello, Mr. Santiago.
Present lang po ako.
Okay.
Ayan. Kita na po ba?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, ang ganda.
Okay, so on this day, November 9, 2021, 9:53 a.m., on behalf of the team, I am Santiago Diamante III, and I hereby present to you, Sir Angelo S. Salvoro, the Certificate of Appreciation for participating in our online interview and providing us with your knowledge, effort, and time. Thank you so much po, Sir Angelo S. Salvoro. And
salamat.
Let me read po the certificate. So, Southern Luzon State University, College of Administration, Business, Hospitality, and Accountancy, HPC 06, Meetings, Incentives, Conventions, and Expositions. The Certificate of Appreciation, this certificate is hereby given to Mr. Angelo S. Salvoro for giving his knowledge, effort, and time as a guest for the Spotlight, an online conversation with industry professionals entitled The Pinoy Drinker, given this 9th of November at the Southern Luzon State University via Zoom meeting. All right po. So, sir, we would like to humbly thank you po for giving us your knowledge, your time, and your effort po on this day. Marami po kaming natutunan, surely, and also the viewers na makakapanood nito. We have learned a lot na hindi lang kape ang ginagrind, kundi ang trabaho din, 24/7 nagra-grind. All right.
Yes, man. All right. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you, bro. Thank you, everyone.
So, for our closing remarks po, Sir Angelo, what is the best advice or the best message you can give to the hospitality management students who want to be a successful bartender and barista like you one day?
Keep learning, I would say. Okay? If there's still that, baga, kung meron pa yung baga doon, lagyan mo ng apoy. Apoyin mo, no? So, wag kayong magpa-apekto ng mga taong alam nyo na. So, yun ang mga tao, kung ano mga pinagsasabi nila, huwag kayong magpa-apekto, keep learning lang, tapos be yourself. Okay? Yung learnings dito sa hospitality industry, sa bartending, mapa-bartending pa, mapa-chef pa, or barista, coffee, limitless, okay, limitless. And I would say na utilize everything. Have that dedication, have that perseverance, have that, hardworking na blood and sweat, and just go with the flow also, okay? Kasi nakaka-burn out din sa ngayon na generation at mga nangyayari ngayon. So have fun, make money out there with your passion, with your with your skills, with your talents. Go out there in the world and share your words and your knowledge, and grind, no? Ang babata nyo pa. Alam nyo na yung gagawin nyo sa generation ngayon. May Facebook, may Instagram, may Twitter, may YouTube. Alam nyo na. Madami ng sources na makukuha nyo. Keep learning, keep the fire burning, and then, always have that. Always keep your feet on the ground, and then head up high lang din. Pray lang din also. Alright.